Our guest ring announcer getting us off to a raucous start.
A raucous start.
Very
indeed.
informative.
Wasn't it? What was it? 6 championships in 5 companies, or the other way around? I forget.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Actually, though, for my money, this is the most interesting matchup on the card because Brian Kendrick, a generation ahead of Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
These two guys very similar in their technical ability. Kendrick, though, prone to more flights of fancy, to some more distractions. Where Kyle O'Reilly a little more serious.
Yeah.
But still, these two guys, two of the best from best North American professional wrestlers in the last 15 years.
And Brian Kendrick's always had the eccentric edge to him, but I don't know if you noticed when he came out here, very serious. You know what I mean? I think he sees this as an opportunity to really stake his claim with one of the young guns here in professional wrestling.
Yeah, a way to also to prove that he hasn't lost a step. And this is actually something that we were talking about before the show started. Is just if we came back today, it would be so tough because the guys today are so good.
Yeah.
But Brian Kendrick, no such compunctions, out here to prove himself against Kyle O'Reilly, perhaps looking for a shot at the Quintessential Pro Wrestling Championship. We'll see Adam Thornstowe defend against Drake Younger later tonight, but right now, O'Reilly and Kendrick just getting shushed by the crowd.
Well, there's a hush here, starting to build the chorus of claps now. Everybody watch. Every eye in the house is on that ring.
And Brian Kendrick, for all of his eccentricities, he does have a phenomenal base as a highly professional technical wrestler, a product of the Texas Wrestling Academy. Mm-hmm. He's a man that he's been everywhere. He's done it all. Japan, WWE, Europe. He's just like the ring announcer said, 15 countries, 15 years, something like that.
Been everywhere, seen everything, done it all. But he still hasn't lost his love for professional wrestling and hasn't lost his ability and his talent.
And Kyle O'Reilly working over that left arm of Brian Kendrick, perhaps looking to set him up for the cross arm breaker, the Armageddon as he calls it. But Kendrick grabbing with the leg scissors. Kyle O'Reilly tries to kick out of it. Kendrick's got it applied too tight. And now O'Reilly, though, does break free.
Yeah. Lovely the way bridged up, using his hips to pry his head out. Oh, now the bow and arrow.
Just bending Kendrick over his shins.
That's a veteran maneuver if ever I saw it. Referee was close enough. Grabbed hold of him and pulled him out of that bow and arrow. Smart.
Crafty move by Brian Kendrick. And that will be his biggest advantage. Kyle O'Reilly, you know, for as great of a competitor as he is, still pretty young. Still has not developed that hardened edge that the veterans have. But his training with some of the best in the world, one of the best in the world, Davey Richards, has really done a lot to have Kyle up his game, winning the 2013 Battle of Los Angeles just a couple months ago in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Right, what a feather in his cap that was, huh?
And, you know, known primarily as a tag team wrestler for the last 2-3 years, but now really just breaking out into his own as a phenomenal singles competitor.
Still the tag team champion in Ring of Honor with Bobby Fish there, Red Dragon. But world traveled, often goes to England.
Oh, Kendrick coming down hard, but O'Reilly maintaining that bridge on his head. And look at how hard Kendrick is coming down on those quads. Okay. Kendrick goes up. O'Reilly leaps over into a pinning predicament. Only gets a 2 count. Pins him back, but oh, look at there. You see Kendrick with the expertise, knows if one shoulder's going down, pick the other one up. Don't get yourself in a bad situation with a man's full weight on top of you. Kendrick rolls through. Monkey flips O'Reilly. Double pin. Both men kicking out at 2. Double bridge.
Beautiful.
O'Reilly rolls through, bringing Kendrick back up to his feet with the Greco-Roman knuckle lock into the Northern Lights suplex.
But and again, look at that neck
Kendrick
strength.
Reversing. And O'Reilly just muscling Kendrick right back. Very smart wrestling by both men. Not sure either man has a clear advantage.
No.
Oh, I thought Kendrick reversed it, but O'Reilly brought him down into a pinning predicament. Sweeps out the leg, hits the ropes. O'Reilly goes for the trip. Kendrick goes up and over. Leapfrog by O'Reilly. It's the ropes with a sunset flip. O'Reilly.
Down, it's right. He's got it, but look at that. Smart grabs the hand, immediately alleviates the pressure and the ropes.
Rolls towards the ring, towards the ropes, breaking the hold, forcing O'Reilly to relinquish and saving himself tremendous wear and tear, not only on the shoulder but the elbow as well.
As you know, you can only be in a cross arm breaker for a second at most before he will pop your elbow out of place. So you have to switch your momentum, you have to switch your positioning.
The move is called cross arm breaker because that's what it does. It literally breaks your arm. You could not only, as you mentioned, pop the elbow, dislocate the elbow, you could break the forearm, you could dislocate the shoulder. There's so many things that could go wrong with that move, and O'Reilly is the master of it.
Do you think that's got to play into Kendrick's head now? He's got to be thinking about it the whole time. That may take him off his game somewhat.
Shot to the kidneys by Kendrick. There's some more of that veteran expertise. Shoulder tackle. Kendrick taken off his feet. O'Reilly hits the ropes. Comes back, puts on the brakes. Grabs the side headlock. Smart move by O'Reilly.
Yeah. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to beat Kyle O'Reilly. They say the early bird catches the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
Kendrick very wisely rolling out of the ring, creating some distance and perhaps trying to regain some composure as Kyle O'Reilly is taking the fight directly to Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick, of course, known for that sliced bread #2. Far more of a high-flying maneuver than a cross-arm breaker.
But still very effective. Just needs to stun your opponent for 3 seconds, and that's all it takes to win the match. Cross-arm breaker, you got to put in a lot of work. You really have to weaken the hold. You have to weaken the other competitor in order to have him in a position where he can't grip his hands together, or, as we saw Kendrick do earlier, roll towards the ropes to force a break.
A nice, simple, basic strategy here from O'Reilly, but it's working. It's getting the job done. Really is a dream match of sorts here. Spanky was one of the forefathers, of Ring of Honor. Now, obviously, Kyle O'Reilly, one of the tag champs there.
Yeah, Brian Kendrick along with Paul London, Brian Danielson. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Kendrick went for it. O'Reilly goes for it. Kendrick goes for it again. O'Reilly goes for it. And Kendrick grabs it. Nope. And now O'Reilly comes away with the front face lock.
Kendrick has moved, actually has a wrestling school here in Los Angeles. He trains young wrestlers as well as still wrestling all over the world.
And I'd be very interested. Oh, Brian Kendrick put on the brakes. Oh, went for the arm drag, and O'Reilly takes the headlock again. I'll be very interested to see in a year, 2 years, the type of students that are coming out of the Brian Kendrick Wrestling School. He has so much knowledge to share with those young men and women. And, it's I can't imagine a better place to train if you are in the Los Angeles area.
Absolutely, 100%. And of course, Gordon Soley, it's a cliche to call it the human game of chess, professional wrestling, but really that is what we're seeing here, Excalibur, with move, counter move, trying for the headlock, scooting out, trying to drop down, scooting out again.
And O'Reilly now grabbing the waistlock, trying to break free, but Kendrick very wisely backs him into the ropes. Though Kendrick is I think about 10 years older than Kyle O'Reilly, looks to be just as fast as the younger man.
He has not lost a step, absolutely.
O'Reilly, though, puts on the brakes, goes underneath the legs of Kendrick, comes through, goes behind, leaps over. I spoke too soon because he is out quicking him there, almost got a 3 count. Drop toe hold and right back to that side headlock.
How impressive is Kyle O'Reilly? It really is.
And Brian Kendrick looks like he's at a bit of a loss right now, getting out-techniqued by Kyle O'Reilly.
But trust me, I've been in the ring with Kendrick before, and he is thinking of a game plan as we speak.
That's the thing about Brian Kendrick. His brain never stops moving. He's always thinking about something, whether it's crackpot conspiracy theories or how to win a professional wrestling match. Brian Kendrick thinks about all the time. Kendrick leapfrogs over. Side headlock by Kendrick. O'Reilly brings him down to a pinning predicament. Kendrick escapes. Side headlock by O'Reilly. Kendrick into the pinning predicament, but O'Reilly rolls through and holds on to the headlock. Kendrick just has that sixth sense, that awareness of where he is at all times, that ring generalship, and knew that how close to the ropes he was. All he had to do was drape his leg to break the hold.
Got to switch his strategy now. I mean, if you were in Kendrick's position at this point, Excalibur, what would you do at this point? You obviously come up a little bit short on the technical exchanges, and you know Kyle O'Reilly has a jiu-jitsu background as well. So, what would be your strategy going forward?
Well, I was going to say turn it into a fist fight, but then I remembered Kyle O'Reilly has some of the best punches and kicks in professional wrestling. Absolutely. I think Brian Kendrick needs to rely on his experience. He needs to look for an opening, which he might have just found right now. And I don't condone it, but maybe, don't go for the clean break. Gouge the eyes, do something. Look for a shortcut. Look for something that Kyle O'Reilly might not expect, and take advantage there. Oh!
There it is. Oh!
Went for the crossbody, but instead...
Fujiwara! That's in deep. That is in deep.
Grabs the Wakagatame, the Fujiwara armbar, and Kyle O'Reilly...
He's going to do a forward roll or get to the ropes.
Oh, so
there
close!
There he is.
And just by a hair's breadth gets his toe on the bottom rope to break it up. And Brian Kendrick, the complexion of this match may have just changed, and there we see taking advantage. Using that experience, using those veteran tricks. Oh! Just stomping down that left arm of O'Reilly.
Well, he certainly picked the body part that he's going to focus on now, that left arm. O'Reilly doing a good job of keeping that away from him.
And you know what? This could work on two levels. Not only does he put Kyle O'Reilly in jeopardy of a submission hold, but he also decreases the effectiveness of the cross arm breaker, because Kyle won't be able to crank back quite as hard on Kendrick's arm.
To some extent, but again, that Fujiwara.
Kyle O'Reilly
moving to the outside there, absolutely.
Kyle O'Reilly knows he needs to be close to the ropes to keep out of Brian Kendrick's.
But look at the distance that Kendrick gave him there. Gave him the time to come back into the ring.
And
I wouldn't expect that from Kendrick at this point.
Maybe Kendrick has something planned, but O'Reilly looking for those kicks from the ground, those low kicks to the thigh, perhaps to the knee of Brian Kendrick. Oh, but Kendrick, you can see the speed, able to dodge those kicks.
What did he say?
Kyle O'Reilly invited Brian Kendrick to get in his guard. Brian Kendrick refused a little bit, but right now grabbing the arm of Kendrick to pull him in. But
there it is again.
Right back into the Fujiwara armbar. Center of the ring, O'Reilly there rolls through, but Kendrick still keeping the pressure on.
He's yanking away at that arm, isn't he? That elbow joint, that shoulder joint. Not enough for a submission. I think even Kendrick knows that, but he's just wearing it down. He's wearing down that elbow joint.
It's coins in the bucket. You know, a penny by itself doesn't matter too much, but after time, you get enough in there, got a couple $100, and do enough damage to his arm over time. Oh, drop kick to the arm. Do enough damage to Kyle O'Reilly's arm. Brian Kendrick may be in store for a submission victory in this match. Oh, and you see as O'Reilly kicked out, Kendrick immediately goes back.
If Kendrick grabs that and comes in the opposite that way, we're going to hit. Trying for a straight arm bar. But again, O'Reilly rolls out. If he keeps hold of that, there's a Kimura possibility. Drops to his back, pushes that Kimura, but no, I think he knows O'Reilly's still too much strength at this point to get that Kimura.
Too much strength and too much knowledge, because Brian Kendrick, not a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Yeah.
Not a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Oh, huge drop kick catches Kendrick on the chin and just blasted him back. But Brian Kendrick, his expertise comes in, the traditional professional wrestling arts. Kyle O'Reilly, the new breed of professional wrestler, training in multiple disciplines.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Oh, look at that charge at the
rolling
flying
arm.
cross
No,
arm
no.
breaker.
Still got the arm. Watch, he's dropping to the other side.
Goes to the other side, but Kendrick gets in a pinning predicament. Not for long, though.
Oh, there it is.
Boston
Beautiful.
Crab. And Kendrick really sitting back. Very low to the ground.
Oh, he's all his weight on him, yeah.
Kendrick looks a little frustrated. Bring O'Reilly back up.
Ooh.
Chop to the chest. That may be the first strike in this match.
It looked like it in my recollection, and it's changing the complexion of this match.
O'Reilly ducks under the clothesline. Right hand, jumping knee, middle kick, sweeps out the leg. Brian Kendrick is down, and Kyle O'Reilly is back in this fight. Kyle O'Reilly, though, taking a couple deep breaths right there. Brian Kendrick is really pushing Kyle O'Reilly to his limit.
O'Reilly needs to pay attention. He got a lot of adrenaline running through his body. He may have forgotten now the injury to that arm earlier on, but trust me, Brian Kendrick hasn't forgotten about it.
Not at
Any
all.
opportunity, he's going to go for it. Oh, here it is.
Setting up for sliced bread number 2.
Oh, no.
O'Reilly tosses him over the top, goes for the clothesline. O'Reilly, butterfly
There it
into the cross arm breaker. This could be Armageddon for Brian Kendrick.
Doesn't have it, though. He doesn't have it fully extended, and he's not going to get it extended. Well, you're going to try for it now?
Trying to pull him over into the Boston Crab, but O'Reilly rolls him up, pinning predicament. Only a 2 count.
And you do feel, don't you, Excalibur, at this point, this match could go either way at any moment. Any moment, either of these guys could beat the other.
This is as close as they come. Brian Kendrick reverses, rolls through. O'Connor roll. But, into the ropes.
Ooh.
Very, very awkward. O'Reilly's head, the back of his neck actually struck the middle rope, or the bottom rope. Oh, shoulder to the midsection. Doesn't seem to have affected him.
Oh, watch out.
Now O'Reilly.
Oh, no way. This has been the end of it. Surely.
Suplex to the outside. O'Reilly, though, goes over the top, ducks the clothesline, does Kendrick. Kendrick sets him up for sliced bread.
Watch out.
O'Reilly, backslide. 2 count. Goes through. No, Magistral dodged by Kendrick. Oh!
There it is.
Got him in the arm breaker. This could have been it. Oh, that's it.
He got it.
Armageddon for Brian Kendrick as Kyle O'Reilly forces him to tap. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle O'Reilly.